Hey guys, I probably started and stopped and then deleted this video like 7 or 8 times because it's just so awkward to get started. But this is the time that we're just gonna stick with it, and we hope this goes well. It's a little bit funny to be doing this from my own computer and filming myself. I'm in an empty room in my house, and I feel a little bit ridiculous, but I'm excited to do this for all of you. Um, Hi, Allegra. I'm supposed to give you an official hello. I miss you, and I think you should come back soon. But I'm hoping you're having fun, and I hope it's worth it, and it's an awesome experience. Can't believe that all of this is happening, that we're preparing for our wedding, and we're getting married, and doing all the planning, and I'm just excited to marry you. Um, and now I need to answer these ridiculous questions that I've been given. So I hope I don't say anything too embarrassing or too weird for you, because you'll be made fun of because you're around people and I'm just by myself, and that's nice. So here we go. Question number 1. What is my favorite thing about Allegra? I think from the beginning, one thing that I've been like always impressed with about Allegra is just how much she thinks and the way that she thinks. She cares deeply. She feels deeply. She feels emotions deeply, and she thinks deeply. She cares about the things around her. She cares about the world around her. She cares about people, especially. And that's my favorite thing. Is number one. Seeing her feel that for other people and care about other people, and the way that she's able to lift up other people, and I've really felt that she's done that for me, and that's been a really huge blessing for me. Is just to feel how much she cares about me, and to feel how much she thinks about me, and to have her lift me up like that is really cool. But it's an amazing thing to watch her do that with other people. She really is like an angel in the way that she's able to connect with other people and lift them up and help them be a little bit better. So I think that's my favorite thing about Allegra. Get done with the sappy stuff. Question number 2. What is Allegra's least favorite vegetable? Allegra's probably the least picky eater that I've ever met. She loves everything, all the foods. We're actually planning on being vegan when we get married, so I don't know if you can be vegan and not like a vegetable. I don't know if that's possible. I'm sure there's some weird vegetable she doesn't like, something random like celery or something, but I think she's pretty much game with all the vegetables. I mean, if we're going to be vegan, kind of have to love all the vegetables. So I'll go with celery, but I think she likes that too. Question number 3. What's the favorite place Allegra has lived? Obviously Provo, Utah, because I was there and that's where she met me. Just kidding. Probably a toss-up between Hawaii and Nashville, but I'm going to give it to Nashville. It's cool to be back here and have her show me around cool places like that. I can definitely feel it. She loves the city and connects with it. Yeah, it's a cool place. Number 4, where do you think the two of you will settle down? We talk about this all the time. It's ridiculous. It's all we talk about. It's probably 10 different cities that we've agreed on that are yeah, we will live there at some point. But I think settling down, probably an East Coast city like Boston, or polar opposite like San Francisco. But probably a big city on the outskirts like that. I'd imagine on the East Coast, but if it's on the West Coast, probably San Fran. Who's funnier between you and Allegra? What kind of question is this? Definitely me. I'm the funniest. That's why she likes me. I make her laugh. Got that one down. She's funny too, but I'm funnier. What's the funniest thing that has happened to the two of you? There was a really, really, really funny experience that I wish I could tell you, but we are sworn to secrecy. We told each other we would never tell anyone, so I know she knows what I'm thinking, but you can give her a hard time, but she will never tell you because we're sworn to secrecy. But probably second funniest story, funniest thing was we went to Mexico with an old friend of mine. Back for him to go visit some friends in Monterrey, Mexico, which is not like a pretty part of Mexico, but it was awesome. It was like a super good experience, super fun. Funny because we planned it when we like barely knew each other, and then by the time we went on this trip, we were dating really seriously. It was so fun, so good, and then we had our return flight. And we like missed a lot of school for this, and so we're like a little bit stressed about it. But we're like, we'll hit our return flight, we'll get back, we'll get a full day of school. We're flying back to Vegas and then driving back to Utah. And we were like driving to the airport, and we're like, oh man, we're so hungry, and we have so much time. Let's just get some food and chill out. So we'll chill out for a while, and then we like mosey on into the airport, and the people are like yelling at us in Spanish that something about like immigration being closed. So we missed our flight, and we were like furious, and Allegra's like yelling in her like broken Spanish, and we're like running like literally circles in the airport talking to all the people trying to figure it out, and they just like have it in for us that we will not make it back to America. It's like so hard to leave Mexico. So we missed our flight, and we're like, okay, what's the next like quickest way we can get home? And it wasn't going to happen. There were no more flights back to the US, so we're like, all right, what's the earliest flight from an airport close to Monterrey that we can take? So the earliest flight was out of Mexico City. So we took a really late night flight from Monterrey to Mexico City, slept in Mexico City airport, which is the worst airport to sleep in. We both got deathly ill, and then flew into Vegas, and then drove the 6 hours back to Provo, and we're like emailing our teachers saying like, hi, I'm dying in Mexico, like please let me miss my class and turn in my assignments late. And it was, looking back, it's like a really, really funny experience. Another random side story, this one's long. We were driving back, and I was like really sick, like dying in the front seat, like the shotgun seat. And Allegra's driving, and I'm like in and out of consciousness, and I wake up because Allegra's like pulled off to the side of the freeway, and I'm like, what happened? I can't like see. Got like a really bad fever, and she's like, I just got pulled over. And so the cop comes up to my side, and she's like, I need to talk to you. And she like pulls Allegra like out of the car and goes like sit in like the cop's car, and I'm telling my friend who's in the car as well, I'm like, it's about time Allegra gets a ticket. Like she always speeds, never gets caught. And she comes back, and we're like, oh my goodness, like how fast were you going? And she was going like 25 over the speed limit. But then she says that the cop like was like, hey, I understand it's been a crazy trip. Don't tell anyone I told you this or did this for you, but I'm going to let you off. And so then she was rubbing it in my face the whole time that she got let off for going 25 over. So that was probably the second funniest thing that's ever happened to us. Next question number 7. What is Allegra's number one baby name? Too easy. It's Eleanor. I almost said it wrong. Eleanor. That's number one baby name and number one girl name. Number one guy name is James Jack. Jamie Jack is what we're going to call him. I already knew. Question number 8. How many kids do you want to have? So we've decided to have 10 kids, which isn't healthy for anyone to give birth to that many kids. So we're going to have as many kids as we can have, and then make up the difference by adopting those kids. So we will have 10 kids eventually. Foster care, adopting, one of the two, probably both. Question number 9. What's your favorite outfit Allegra wears? That's a pretty good question, because I'm excited to see if what Allegra comes up with when she's asked the same question about me. Favorite thing she wears, probably like her summer dresses are pretty cool. She just bought a new one that has like really cool like stitching on it. It's kind of like a Mexican looking dress. Really cute. Or anything that I buy her, I have the best style. So that's my also favorite outfit for her. Question number 10. What was your favorite date together? I got a lot of answers for this one. First date story is really good. So I'll tell that story and then I'll mention the other ones and she can tell you about them if you guys are interested. First date together, we were kind of in the stage of like telling ourselves that we were never going to date and it would never work out, but then we'd like hang out all the time. So I, without thinking, she'll tell you differently, but I was like, let's go do something fun together. Like it's the end of the semester and it's like Christmas time. And so she's like, oh my goodness, he's being so flirty, but I was just like wanting to do something fun with her. And so we were going to go to like this show like at BYU, but we were like a little bit late. And so she was like, let's just go up to the Riverwoods. And it was like the first snow fall of the year. So it was like really cute. There's all those Christmas lights up there. And we're like walking around, walking into these cool shops. And we're just like, I don't know. I was like really excited about like hitting it off really well. Trying to be romantic, but that was like too awkward, so I like stopped being romantic. And then I was asking her about Christmas traditions and what her favorite things to do were, and she was like, "Man, I love watching It's a Wonderful Life every year with my brother. We watch it like 4 or 5 times, and then like a little later, I was like, if you could do anything right now, like what would it be?" And she was like, I would just love to watch It's a Wonderful Life in like a giant empty theater. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And so she was like super confused. And so we hopped in the car, grabbed food, and we snuck into the Harris Fine Arts Center, the HVAC, on BYU's campus, and snuck into this giant theater and like hacked into like BYU's computers and pulled up It's a Wonderful Life on Netflix or something and had the whole theater to ourselves and watched it. It was awesome. She was like quoting it. We're like jumping up and dancing and like laughing really loud. And then we finished the movie and like 30 seconds later, like the cops came in and were like, you need to leave. And so it was just like an awesome first date and like I think something that both of us like really like held on to at the beginning of our dating. That was like, wow, that was like really cool how well we connected and how we did like the same things. And just like really fun to talk to her. I think that's like one of my all-time favorite dates, for sure. We road tripped, another date, we road tripped across from Utah to Nashville, so across the country. And we called it our longest date ever. And that was awesome. That was such a fun date. And then recently, we took a day trip down to my hometown where I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is like 2.5 hours out of Nashville. And it was my first time back to that city since we had moved when I was 11. And that was a really awesome day just to show her around and just connect with her on that way. So those are all my answers. Hope it was fun. Thanks for tuning in to my show. It's really funny to record this video to an empty room. I hope you guys laughed. I hope it wasn't too weird. I hope you guys are having a blast. And now I'm gonna sign off. Thanks, guys.